Jungle goblins. To put it simply, anger management issue goblin, it's quite hard to take care of them. If you don't do it properly, the goblin in front will use the howling skill, and the other goblins in the area will all come out as well. Normally, they would fight with a magician and kill them all at once or just run away instead of facing them. While you can only see 3 goblins in front, 5 goblins are going to rush you as soon as you make a mistake. Even if he can use the sword well, it'll be hard. From what I heard, I understand his sword speed is pretty slow. If it's this. Ha, ack. Ha. Ack. Didn't you train back at your clan? Why are you struggling with this level of exercise now? I don't normally push myself like this. You don't normally train like this. Then how are you going to go up against those monsters? Well, I can just use my magic power by borrowing strength from the Constellation members. As expected. Rather than training their stamina, they focus on their magic power since they depend on the constellations. Even if they don't raise their physical ability, it's fine as long as they train well enough to borrow a constellation's power. However, the risk is too big. What if you're caught in the middle of a labyrinth or a dungeon with a magic restricting spell? Or what if all of your mana runs out fighting for too long? The constellation members might not even lend you their power, then what? Hey, do you think that these stamina exercises are meaningful to you? Of course. You said that you teach me your swordsmanship if I do this. What kind of response is that? So it's basically because I told you to do it. Never mind. Let's end here for today, since we need to go to the academy soon. You aren't going. Why? I'm going to do one more set. You want to too? Ha. Never mind, just go. Okay. See you later. Was her name Erin Cole? Yeah, why? It seemed like she kept up with your training without a single complaint. But anyways, did you decide to help with her training? It's only because she pestered me so much to teach her my swordsmanship. Have you ever shown Erin Choi your swordsmanship? Well, I've never really shown her it, but I bet she just noticed it when I used it during class. Did she understand its strength just from noticing it? How amusing. I thought that was interesting too, so I do plan to teach her a little bit of my skill. Ack. Phew. How long were you there for? I've been here ever since. My routine has always been to exercise before attending the academy. Now then, excuse me. Sihyuk, oh. I don't know if it's because of the martial bone he's born with, but it looks like he's able to train for so long because of his talent. Why? Are you interested in that man? Well, he's bound to be smarter than those who only train their magic power. Maybe. But what do these constellation bastards even do? I am not sure. Is that all you can say? I mean, I too am a constellation, but all I did for 300 years was being isolated here. I don't know anything about the other constellations. You might be able to learn about them more if you finish the new quest set in your system tab. The new quest. Recover your armory and memories. In Valhalla's room of the constellations, the 3rd underground floor, 5th room to the right. Clear condition, Valhalla's Eye of the Great Forest. Madagea Rona's house. Caution. The Heaven Sword is required to satisfy the clear condition. Valhalla's Eye of the Great Forest, Madagea Rona's house. Caution. The Heaven Sword is required to satisfy the clear condition. Valhalla, Eye of the Great Forest. If it wasn't for that damned quest, I was going to just run for it after recovering my things, but it looks like I'd have to be stealthy for the time being. Stealthy. Didn't you cause a big ruckus starting a fight with those delinquents just a while ago? I mean, those bitches didn't look like they'd stop anytime soon. And in my perspective, I've held it in for some time. If I didn't, my head would have cracked like yours. Anyways, until I clear this quest, I won't be able to leave anytime soon. Then the secrets of reincarnation will unfold too. The United Kingdom, London. The House of Bentrick Mansion. So, please tell me what happened. The Bentrick clan vice. House owner, Adelia Bentrick. The labyrinth in the outskirts of Reading has been taken care of. Good work. Anything else you want to tell me? All for one, I'm thinking of recruiting a few competent men I've found along the way. From this time's labyrinth, there's been a survivor of the ruined Roberts clan. He's pretty strong, isn't he? Yes, he is. The two I've found are both A-rank contractors. Alright, if they're at that level, they are deserving of the Bentrick's blessing. Understood. Test their capabilities out and send them my way. Is that all for today? I have something to report on the Rockdill. Did something happen with them again? Yes, so I've heard that. Desira was called into South Korea. Desira Bentrick, the problem child of his family and the worst delinquent. He's committed many terrible acts using the Bentrick family's name. At the age of 19, he killed 5 people in England's academy just because they started an argument with him. So at the age of 20, he was cut off from the Bentrick family completely. He's been living in hiding for many years. That Desira is meeting Rockdill. Please have him under surveillance on behalf of Rockdill. As you wish. And please inform Rockdill as well. If he gets caught doing something weird, he'll be removed from the family. I understand. That is all for the report. Or one, I shall take my leave now. All of these bastards are wielding power that they haven't earned themselves. Such power isn't meant for trash. That power is. All for one, all for one. Everything is for just one person. In the end, it's all for me. Right. If we're to define the word evildoer, it comprises the words evil and doer, which literally means an evil person. In modern society, the word evildoer is mainly used to describe people that use the Constellations' powers for evil. While evildoers usually operate alone, they sometimes form organizations. Evildoer. Among those organizations, the most notorious is the One God Group. Among their constellations are this body. While I can feel myself getting stronger from just working out, it also has a talent for utilizing mana. Though it's not on the level of a genius, but it's much better than my body before reincarnation. But it's still weird. No matter how untrained this body was, why was its condition so bad? When I did chi circulations on the first day, I was just barely able to finish since I had less mana than a normal person. And the physique was so bad that with just a bit of shoveling, I already felt like passing out. Even so, with a body like this, there should have been no way for it to turn out that bad. Did something happen in the past? I don't know. Also, what's the point in stressing over it now? Yu Soyun. A note. Hey. What is it now? This weekend, you will be permitted to leave the premises. For students that are planning to leave, please submit your application separately. Then that will be all for today's class. Leaving the premises, Application of leave, Class 1, Grade, Date of leave, Saturday, Name Kim Jeo-hyuk, Reason want to take a walk outside. Leave. Are you planning to go outside? Yeah, I'm thinking of going somewhere. Where are you planning on going? Hey. Tell me, is it a muse after musy? What? I even graciously replied to your note, but you didn't even reply back. Hey what? Hurry up. I need to submit something so I'm busy. Unjust hurry up and say it. You freak. Why am I a freak? So are you saying making someone angry just for the heck of it is normal? Just what the hell do you want to say? That's. A rock goblin. With just a sword and no magic. That's different from the books. Why does my pride hurt so much? Can you tell me how you killed that rock goblin? Where the hell did she just pop out from? Why are you butting in all of a sudden? I thought you really hated me. Me. I mean, that's the case. Since I refuted all your questions to your face. Don't you hate me because I embarrassed you? I'm not bothered by that. I believed there was only one way to kill monsters, but you showed me that there are many other ways too. So, do you want to become my assistant? I'll have to decline. I need to turn in my leave of absence form now. Why? Become my assistant and let's submit a paper on monsters that will change the world. No, I refuse. Excuse. I'll personally fund whatever you need. Aren't you embarrassed doing this to a student? Why should I be? If I can write a paper with you, this much is. Whatever, I don't need it. Next day this is. Valhalla Dormitory. What are you looking for? Information about the place I'm going tomorrow. I should find a trading forum where I can sell the treasure we found in the vault. This seems to be a decent place. I see. Found it. Typing Cat 5. 2,320 views, 51 shares. Comment now. Today we openly traded on. From what I've researched about the market, after paying an entrance fee, it allows people to trade anything freely. In the market though, as it's a market anyone around the world can use. It's seen as a black market due to the evildoers that trade on it. The reason an unthinkable market like this is possible is that the person who created the market is a guardian constellation called the Hidden Ruler. Right. Since it was a guardian constellation that created and actively maintains it, high-ranking people use it openly. Even though it is illegal, the governments don't crack down on it. I should use it for a while. Current position. Then, you just go there and enter the door, and you'll have successfully entered the market. I don't think I can make tomorrow's training. Since I have to go out. I'm also going somewhere, so it would have been difficult in the first place. I'm just saying have a good trip. Stop. Why does she keep sending me stuff? Well, anyways, the post said that if I open the link in the comments I'd be able to make a reservation and get a location. Is this it? It told me to go somewhere around here. Something about being in an old cafe. I just need to enter the cafe and head to the right corner. It should be there. Stop the market. This feels weird. I'm sure this is my first time coming here, but why does it feel so familiar? Especially that purple sky and the cloudy moon. It's all too similar to the night sky I saw 300 years ago. Is this your first time here? A leather suit. Bring 2,000,001. When you enter the market you'll see an employee wearing an anachronistic leather suit waiting to collect it. Just think of it as an entrance fee. While the market is useful, just know that there is a 5 fee on all earnings made from it. Is that the employee I read about in the post? Yes, it is. Are you perhaps already aware of how to use the market? To some degree. With this I'll have used up all the money I made from ranking first in the entrance exams. I've only got 30,001 left. But, since I can just make some money here I should be fine. Is there anything you want to ask me? There is one thing. I want to sell some jewels I own, but, where should I go? Are you looking to put it up for auction? No, I just want to sell it quickly. In that case, you should go to the market in the 3rd district. There are tons of merchants there that buy anything from jewels to weapons, as well as anything else you could possibly think of. Who's the most trustworthy person there? If you've got gold or jewels, I'd recommend Morris, who's known to have the best prices. And where is the 3rd district? Walk straight ahead, and when you see the split path, head straight through. Okay, thanks. And one more thing. I highly recommend that you use a mask here. Due to the nature of the goods that are traded in the market, everyone, for the most part, wears a mask. Just think of it as a small freebie from me. Thank you. Please have a good time. 3rd district. Are you perhaps Morris? Yes, I am. There are some goods that I want to sell right now. It all depends on the items, but, if it's just gold or jewels, I can process them very quickly. I want to sell this. Are these perhaps rings? Wait, this is an artifact from the era of destruction. No matter what way I look at this, it's an artifact from the era of destruction. Are the others as well? They're all from the same era. Hey, how much can you offer me? Let's see. Just where did he get this many artifacts? From his voice, he appears to be in his early 20s at the most. These artifacts, where did you get them? I heard those questions weren't asked here, was I mistaken? No, you're correct. My mistake. Oh my, I was so distracted by the artifacts that I asked something I shouldn't have. I almost tarnished my reputation as a merchant. Honestly, I don't know. I can't process these. Since these are artifacts from the era of destruction, I lack the capital to buy them all from you. Era of destruction. Then where should I go to get my money's worth? On your way here you should have passed that tall building there, the auction hall. If I put these up for auction, how long would it take to sell? On average, around 2 to 3 weeks. Since there are many people that have reserved slots, it'll be a while before the auction hall opens. Then do I need to come to the market personally after that? Since you would need to be verified to receive the payment, that would be the case. What a pain. Well, you said you wouldn't be able to process it. Around how much would it fetch at auction? Let's see. It would be around this much. It's worth that much. Just how many zeros is that? Though I suppose these were also expensive in my past life, so I kept them stored away. Just how much money are you missing? Well, this is just an estimate I calculated, but it would be a very different story if you put it up for auction. If I sold everything I owned, I would still only have around 3/4 of the total worth. Is that so? Then I'll just take that much. What? Artifacts from the era of destruction, while these are traded at a high price due to their age. There's also another very big reason. It's thanks to the constellations. The constellations that started to appear after the end of that era weirdly reacted well to the artifacts that originated from that age. Since a powerless regular person was able to create a contract with an S-ranked constellation thanks to those artifacts. If I remember correctly, he was called the Alchemist's Zone. He's still active as a contractor from what I can remember. Upon second inspection, I'm certain these are from that era, looking at the way mana flows through them. The magic released at the end of the era of destruction seems to be still lingering. An artifact from that era has to have those signs. 8 artifacts from that era. Who knew I would be able to buy them for so little? Today seems to be my lucky day. Who? Phew. That was so uncomfortable, I thought I was gonna die. If I remember correctly, if I leave through the door I came through, I should return to my original location. This does seem to be the cafe I started in. Transaction history market 2,500,000,000 2,500,000,000 30,000 withdrew minus 2,000,000 30,000 credit card minus 4,500 2,000,000 30,000. With this my money issue is solved. Who knew I could earn this much just from the 8 rings I took from the vault? Even if I run out since I still have a ton more in storage, I shouldn't have any problems from now on. Ha! Who's this? It's a number I don't know. Hello. Hey Ju-hyuk. What are you doing? Let's get some food together. How did you get my number? It's because I'm an instructor at Valhalla. Anyways. That's not important, let's go and get some lunch already. Come to the front of the Valhalla fitness room. I'll treat you to lunch. Who just ends the call after saying what they have to say? Should I just go and leech off of her for a free meal? Seeing as I'm free right now. Why are you here? Is our relationship that bad? Mr. Morris. Even if we've seen each other a few times, a regular merchant can't just talk to the market's owner. Market owner Black Cat. Well, you treating me like this is why I like you, Mr. Morris. So why are you here? Honestly, it's nothing important. You just seem to have anonymously applied for the auction for the first time in a while. I guess the anonymous application isn't really anonymous. Since the real owner of the market isn't me but my constellation, Mimikina, I can gather any information they want. Anyways, would you mind if I take a look at the items you listed for auction? Of course. That's weird, it's the first time Black Cat has shown any interest in an artifact, even if it is from the era of destruction. It's in here. These should go for quite a lot. What are you saying all of the sudden? Apparently, my constellation really wants this ring. So good. Why are you not eating, Ju-hyuk? I was just wondering why Valhalla even has a place like this. Apart from the school cafeteria and staff restaurant, there's also an ordinary restaurant like this. Didn't you know? I'm just not that interested. So, why did you call me here? About that. Be my assistant. I don't want to. No, you should think about it first. If you become my assistant, you'd get many benefits, you know. Didn't you already know what I was going to ask you when you came here to eat? So, please listen to me a bit. What kind of benefits? Firstly, you'll get a scholarship and many grants. And you'll get the chance to write a thesis with me. If you publish a thesis, you can write about the 3 types of monster attacks. And if that happens, your name will be listed in the World Monster Research Association. Glory and wealth will naturally follow. And you can go out twice a week instead of only once a month. Anything else? And you get to work with me. That just sounds like an overinflated ego. Just be my assistant. Okay. I don't want to. To be honest, if there were any good benefits, I'd think about it. But there's nothing too tempting. The urgent objective right now is getting to the eye of the Great Forest, and you can only get there during the Grade 1 performance assessment, so even if he is an instructor it would be hard to get in. Anyways, I'm not going to be your assistant and I won't write that thesis either. Ugh. Then, how about this? Do you want to trade intel? If I could give you some information that piques your curiosity, then, you could tell me about the monster attacks. What kind of information is it? It's about that girl who always sticks around you, Choi Erin. I'm only helping her with training, are we really that close? I'm not interacted. I heard that Choi Erin might be disowned by her family. Yes. Then I'll get going. Where are you going? I'm done eating, and the benefits aren't all that appealing to me. Now that we're done, I should go. No, even so, you need to give me some information in return. I didn't really care though. But you still heard it. Excuse me, there's something I'm curious about. For someone this childish, why are you so harsh while teaching? As an instructor that teaches about mysterious monsters, there'd be trouble if you treated it like a joke. Basically, monster attacks can be directly attributed to the survival rate of students. The students can't even memorize the most basic attacks. That's why I have to be hard on them. So it's just an ideology. It's not an ideology but an instructor's duty. Is that so? That's cool. Then, good luck. Ah, Juhyuk. You should at least pay me for the information before you leave. Yeah, I don't want to. Saihung family, Choi Jin family. The reason I called you here today is to ask you about your intentions before you participate in the sorting test. To carry on the prestige of our family. True History Guild leader. Head of the Choi Jin family, Choi Jonseok. Foot, True History Guild attack leader, eldest son of the Choi Jin family, Choi Jingyan. Choi Jin family's second daughter, Choi Erin. If you pass the sorting test, you'll get the chance to form a contract via the sacred relics, Chongwoldo. It's a testament to you being the legitimate successor of the family. However, if you fail, you'll be disowned from the family. Even so, will you do it? Yes. I'll do it. Alright. The sorting test will be held 3 weeks from now. You may leave. Yes. Hey, can't you take a hint? What? When you said you would participate in the sorting test, didn't you see Father's expression? Seems like you really want to be the head of the family, huh? An illegitimate child. Look at your face, so menacing. Don't delude yourself into thinking that you can win the sorting test. You, who can't even obtain a blessing from a constellation, can't even touch me who has formed a contract. Well, since you've already given up, go suck up and leech off of the family's money. I'll make you pay dearly. See you in 3 weeks. Erin, you must become the head of the family. Accomplish that goal, and be free to do whatever you want. Midterm exam. I see. It's midterm season soon. You're worrying about something like that. If you would stay still, I could hear. Isn't your homeroom teacher explaining the midterms? Really? I don't usually pay attention to class. Well, you should all know this already, but in Valhalla, exams are of huge significance. For both the midterm and final exams, the lowest scoring pupils will be kicked out of the school immediately. So you all need to get your act together. Got it. I hope you prepare yourselves well for your written and practical tests. Don't fail right off the bat. There's not much to the practical test, the written test though. I have to stick to this school until I get to the eye of the great forest. But I barely even know how to get there. Hey, Barche. What? You've taken most of these classes, right? I have. Then you take the test instead. That. I'll just check your answers and tell you if anything is wrong. Wouldn't that just be a proxy test? I find it quite unfair. What's unfair? I would be doing the test with you telling me the answers anyway, Mr. Constellation. So just do it yourself. That concludes today's class. Good work, everyone. Yes. Juhyuk. What? Are we training today as well? I'd say so. Why, do you want to stop? No, that's not it. Then. You want to learn swordsmanship. I thought it was about time to talk. Because you train with me, you probably can't even use a blade. Then. Well, it's not swordsmanship or martial arts, but I'll show you how to hold a blade. In addition, it's about time that I practice with my weapon. Come to the training room next to the gym. Okay. Valhalla training room. How long has it been since you last used it? Your sword. A day and a half. I haven't touched it since I started strength training with you. Then, before that, did you practice every day? Yes. Then unsheath your sword. Put strength into your ring and pinky fingers, and grab the hilt firmly. The ring and pinky. Ha! Now come at me. With everything you've got. Okay. I'm coming. The speed of my feet. You've become much faster. But, don't put more magic into your feet than needed. Okay. That advance was good, but when you stop, rotate your body a little bit more. Okay. Go on, come at me. Don't rest. Phew. Okay. As expected. The me right now is much stronger thanks to Ju Hyuk's training. Day Ryanjang. Huff. Huff. Has it been an hour already? Okay. Let's call it a day. Huff. 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 My current draftsmanship is sharper than ever. It's incomparable to my skills during the entrance ceremony. But still, I couldn't even reach Juhyuk. Of course, I asked him to teach me his swordsmanship, but, Juhyuk, will you spar with me again next time? I don't know. It's certainly helpful to spar with Choi Erin. And it's fun to teach her since she has talent. I felt it during the entrance ceremony, she's familiar with draftsmanship. She uses the huffing technique, but it feels different. Anyway, thanks to that familiar draftsmanship, it can help me find my senses. If it were 300 years ago, she would have been a talent worth making my disciple, but sadly, I don't have that freedom right now. So will we spar again? Should I joke around a bit? I don't want to. Understood. Ha. You're giving up so fast. Because you're right. And if I follow Juhyuk's words, I will definitely become even stronger. Because you're right. Well, okay, that's it for today. See you next time, Juhyuk. Weeks later, Valhalla Stadium. It's my first time at the stadium since the entrance ceremony. Yu Soyeon. Are all first-year students gathered here? I didn't know there would be this many. Oh Sihyuk. Ha. Why are we gathered? Your homeroom teacher told you about it 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. What is it? Attention. I will now explain Valhalla's midterm exams. This time, the midterm practical evaluation is Dungeon Attack. You will team up and go into an artificial dungeon. You're free to make up any team. I think that the right amount of people per team is 8, but you can decide whether to increase or decrease that number. We will only evaluate you based on your level of contribution to the dungeon attack. And the criteria for disqualification is, if you cannot pass within the given time, it's over. The dungeon's difficulty is F. Now let's start the exam. Hey. Be in a team with me. Hey, are there any strong people? Lee Jaiwon. Come here. As expected, they're flustered. Yes. Our team's dealer isn't good enough. Anybody else? I can do it. I don't need to pick someone better than me. 5 hours is enough time for 8 people in an F dungeon. What's important is contribution. With a party of 6 people, you can choose someone with good skills. It looks easy, but it's difficult to stand out. Let's go, guys. Yes. As expected. If you're a child of the 5th generation, you seem to have grasped the point of this exam well. The rest of the students. Yes, they go in as 20. Or they usually go in as a group of 8. If the team isn't well balanced, there will be fights. There are these 3 possibilities. After around 30 minutes, all of the students will enter the dungeon. Let's get ready to score them. Yes. Are the students who entered getting scored right away? Then. You still haven't gone in. No. Almost everyone has gone in. What are you going to do? I'll do as you say, Juhyuk. What's with her? She's been trying to follow my words like a sword since the last training, I'll go in alone. So go. So I'll enter alone too. Whatever. It doesn't look difficult. Hey, isn't that Choi Erin? I think so. Why is she alone? Doesn't she have a team? You're Choi Erin, right? If you're teamless, how about joining us? We're exactly 7 people at the moment, so we'd be 8 with you. Sorry. I'll go in alone. You'll go alone. Don't be crazy. You'll get disqualified. I can do it. Juhyuk said that it's not difficult. What? W8. Valhalla Stadium Monitor Room. Biyun Kyonggian 2 points. Bei Yeji 3 points. Biyun Jinsu 1 point. As expected. It's a rough score that makes people who don't know think that it's too harsh, but they are grading so quickly and accurately without any mistakes. He's a legendary contractor with a 99 dungeon clearing rate. When combat instructor Lee Sangchul was active as a duty soldier, he was called Clear Master. So I think he understands the core of dungeon attacks better than anybody else. That's how he can give such scores. I respect him. It's a pretty good year overall. I believe the children of the 5th generation are active as a whole. And among those, there's a remarkable student. Yoon Soi-yeon. Shielded tanks, block the front line. Archers, keep those in check who jump out from the sides with your bows. Kaya. Yuk. The front line mustn't fall. Archers, shoot. Grr. Amazing. It's like a standard dungeon attack. She gave her team members definite roles to play, and makes moves that will certainly earn her points. Also, she's making a party with her team members in the middle to make sure they clear the dungeon. Anyways, if she does well on the midterms, it's only a matter of time before she gets back to the top. If it hadn't been for Kim Juhyuk during the entrance ceremony, her record wouldn't have been sullied. Thinking about that, how's Kim Juhyuk doing? Nothing found. What? But this search machine can find every information on all the students that have entered the dungeon though. Could it be? Midterm examination artificial dungeon clear list. 1A Kim Juhyuk 00.23.32 clear. He's also cleared it. All by himself without a party. The clear time is 23 minutes and 32 seconds. No matter how impressive he was at the entrance ceremony, is that a time a 17-year-old high schooler can possibly achieve. I need to look at the recording. Cut. Gur. Kia. Cut jungle goblins. Oh. Brewer. Orc, cut, cut, cut. That golem is a special golem that was simulated especially for the midterm exam. This guy upgraded his specs to fit the proper number of 8 people. Golem, cut. Ho. Well, it looks like the first place for this midterm exam goes to midterm exams finished. Teachers break room. Midterm examination results. 1 Kim Juhyuk, 2 Kailaran, 3 Yu Soyeon, 4 Oh Sihyuk, 5 Im Hajin, 6 Lee Haeyeon, 7 Lee Injian, 8 Rokdil Ventrik. The results have been released. I'm not sure if I should say that they're as we expected. Kim Juhyuk came in at first place. That is quite unexpected. I did expect him to get first place, but to think he would beat that dungeon by himself, and without obtaining a single injury. If he grows up and enters the industry, Korea will be able to recapture its title as the One. Isn't that the title given to the world's strongest contractor? That's right. Maybe it's because there haven't been that many geniuses for a long time, but I guess I'm so excited that I'm saying anything. Also, the unexpected thing about this exam was Choi Erin. The time that Kim Juhyuk achieved is already unbelievable, but we didn't know that she would beat Yu Soyeon for the second place. I don't know what happened, but Choi Erin challenged the dungeon by herself just like Kim Juhyuk. And she took very little time to beat it. Granted, she sustained a lot of injuries, but she did clear the dungeon. I knew that she's a quiet and hardworking type of person, but I wouldn't have thought she'd be the type of person to clear the dungeon alone. If this exam focused on teamwork, Yu Soyeon definitely would have scored higher, but Kim Juhyuk and Choi Erin received better scores because it was focused on their level of contribution. But that these results would come out, I would not recommend their ways to our students. It's not something that ordinary students can successfully replicate. Yes. I definitely saw her when I was an executive at the Choijin Guild. She had the aura of a model student who only practiced swordsmanship, but how did she get the idea of doing the dungeon alone? Could it be because of Kim Juhyuk? No, that can't be. What am I thinking? I'll put my thoughts aside and get the grades ready. The next day. ST year's midterm examination results. 1 Kim Juhyuk, 2 Choi Erin, 3 Yu Soyeon, 4 Oh Sihyuk, 5 Im Hajin, 6 Lee Haeyeon, 7 Lee Injian, Rokdil Ventrik. Name. Kim Juhyuk, Choi Erin. Julia de Palace, Rokdil Ventrik. Julia, Desera is in Korea right now, correct? Yes. Call them this instant. Get ready to head out. Seoul Jamsil. Bistro Pasta Steak. It's been a while. Desera Ventrik. Farera. That guy you want me to take care of, Kim Juhyuk, what does he do? Nothing much. He's just a brainless freshman from a nursery school. He has disgraced me greatly because of his humble background. Please pay him back. Can I kill him? That's for you to choose, brother. So this is different from the last time. And I have to prepare the board properly. A board. Because of that woman I had to deal with a long time ago, I had a big fight with the Palace family. I don't know if it's because there aren't many people in the Palace family, but I've had to kill a few more because the rumors were spreading too far. But the folks over at Valhalla are different. No matter how often I do it, it's difficult to get in there and make a mess. I will do my best to set the stage for you. Don't worry about it. Alright. Prepare a nice reward. Year 1, 1 week later, request to Class A, time of departure, have a walk outside. Destination. Is it an application to go outside again? Yes. Haven't you already gone out once? I did, they're allowing me to go out again. Come to think of it, I heard that if you were to do well on a big exam such as the midterms or finals, you'd be given another chance to leave. It seems as though that's the reason. Yes, so I don't want to waste that opportunity. I have to find my remaining notes. Where are you going? Suwon. I think it was here. Hey. Nice to meet you. The Market, Area 7. Phew. The constellation of the other side asks when the ring will arrive. It's on its way, Mr. Constellation. It will go through the normal procedures and arrive via the portal. What's going on? I've been researching whether or not it's an artifact from the era of destruction, at the request of the former Black Cat, but it's the first time I've seen this kind of reaction. Finally, it's here. If I give this to them, they'll hopefully be quieter. Mr. Constellation, the ring has arrived. Mr. Constellation. It's here. It's here. Suwon. Who are you? Do you need to know? I assume there's something you want from me. Correct. Why else would I have come to find you on this remote mountaintop? Does that something have to do with getting rid of me? You've got good senses. It's not about my senses. Anybody would know the moment they saw you. No. I figured it out a few days ago. You fucker. For someone ranked first in Valhalla, you seem like a stupid guy. Don't disappoint me, okay? Oh. You've got good luck. You evaded that. If you hadn't, you would have been done for. Good luck. No, I dodged that because it was slow. But it's still dangerous for me to stop a fist like that with this frail body. Well then, the strategy is simple. Ha! You're running away. For someone in your position, it's a good choice to run away. Because you'd have been beaten to death if you hadn't done anything. But of course, I won't let you get away. Are you using your brain at all? Ha! When did he get this close? I didn't even notice his fist until it was right in front of my eyes. Ugh. Q. Look at that. You've got good luck. You dodged that, huh? You fucker. What did you do? Don't you already know? I thought you already knew that I was ranked first at Valhalla. Kim Juhyuk. What drugs did that brat take to become so strong? The members of the Ventric family used my talent to raise their status, even by just a bit. That talent is. The members of the Ventric family used my talent to raise their status, even by just a bit. That talent is. The innate propensity towards elixirs. I was able to consume any elixir given to me without issue. My parents fed me elixirs worth hundreds of millions per bottle. And at 16, I had already become stronger than an adult. My parents wanted to use me to gain recognition from our family, but I did not want to live my whole life under their control. I had overwhelming power. So why would I care about my family's recognition? Well, I guess I was a thorn in their side. I was kicked out of the family by a member who was pretending to be the head of the family, but I didn't care. In such a dark world, whenever I got a commission, most of my problems were solved thanks to the money. I was even able to become more bold after my ties to the family were severed. Actually, when I got a request from Rockdill, he offered money as well, but my interest in Kim Joo-hyuk was bigger. He finished first place in the Valhalla entrance exams. I heard that he was a madman who used abusive language to get all the guild scouts kicked out. I wonder how amusing toying with that guy will be. I tried to entertain myself by having some fun with him. But, just who is that guy? What kind of drugs did you take to get that strong? I don't think there are any cheap elixirs an orphan like you could buy. What? Puhahahahaha. Drugs. Ah, that you fucker, what are you talking about? Steroids. So you were a drug-abusing cheater, huh? So what? Are you saying you didn't get stronger using elixirs? Of course not, you junkie. I became this strong through difficult training and exercise. In a way, I could compare you to Oh Si-hyuk. But I think it'd be rude to compare a naturally muscular guy with a boy like you. This fucker is done for. I don't have the power to use it here, but that magic power. Alright, I can feel my power growing. Kim Joo-hyuk. Did you really think I'd let you go so easily, huh? Are you a nuthead? Ugh. Kayak. Wait. Ugh. You can't go losing your mind just yet, you elixir-chugging idiot. I would have forgiven you, if the only thing you were doing was picking a fight with me. But you did say that you were going to take care of me, so I can't let you go. Anyway, I have something to ask you. So, keep your teeth clenched. W8. Valhalla Dormitory, Rockdill's room. By now, Desera will have taken care of Kim Joo-hyuk. Considering his personality, he's probably killed him. It's a pain to clean up after him, but at least it's not on school grounds. I didn't expect him to leave at such a perfect time. It's a real relief. Julia, yes. Get a car. Yes. Desera is calling. Yes, Hyungnim, did you take care of him? Hyungnim. I bet you have no idea what's going on, right? Considering how far your jaw has dropped. That voice is Kim Joo-hyuk. Huff. You. Well, if I try to translate what your brother is saying. The hell, that bastard hung up without answering. How rude. Well then, what should I do with this guy? Your tea is ready. Pardon me, your tea. I know, shut up. Put it there and get lost. Understood. Kim Joo-hyuk, Kim Joo-hyuk, Kim Joo-hyuk, Kim Joo-hyuk, Kim Joo-hyuk. I never would have thought that he could beat Desera, even after what happened with Lyric. What do I do? How do I fuck him up? I now know that he's the one behind it all. Did Desera blow it? That trashy bastard. At this pace, it's only a matter of time before the news reaches the Ventric family, but this has gotten too out of hand. Damn it. No, wait, on the contrary, it might not be too big of a deal. He's from a lowly background, right? He won't be able to get to them. But just in case, I shouldn't come forward about this for a while. I'll just keep an eye on him for now. Did that guy you just fought forget to bring his brain when coming here? When the time comes, I'll report him. For now, I'll keep the information to myself since there's nothing more for me to do. Couldn't you just have killed him? If that were the past me, I would have done it. But at the moment I would get in trouble. Because I'm not Kim Hyuno now, I'm the high schooler Kim Joo-hyuk. Yeah, that definitely sounds like you. By the way, there's something I'm worried about. So what is it? I'm talking about the magic that guy released earlier. It felt strangely familiar to me. Familiar. Yeah, if he had released more magic, I could have confirmed it, but I've definitely sensed magic like that before. Didn't you feel anything? Something special. 300 years ago, the monsters sacrificed dogs and cows to use that kind of black magic, right? I guess you're not that skilled at distinguishing people by their magic, huh? Well, it's a more delicate skill than one might think. Shut up. Could it be that the hidden side of the blade that guy was talking about is related to that power? Maybe. Hey, who told you to look for me? Ugh. Right. Your jaw was dislocated when I hit you earlier, right? Alrighty. This might hurt a bit. Ack. Ugh. Now, who gave you the order? I readjusted your jaw to let you answer me. So do you really think staying silent is the correct thing to do? You should just tell me quickly. Spill your guts before I snap all of your other fingers. You. Rockdil Ventric ordered me. I was wondering whether or not it was that guy, who picked on me last time. Then who the hell are you? Did you come here on the request of that brat? You don't look like a student of Valhalla, so who are you affiliated with? You're really asking me that. You might not like how, but you'll find out one way or another. Huh. You want me to break 2 fingers? Ugh. I am Desera of the first species. I take care of a lot of commissions as a mercenary. I think I've heard of the first species somewhere before. Being a mercenary is fun, huh? You're just a bully that gets paid. Do we all just look like trash to you? You're just a guy with good luck. The constellation that the first species worships is the hidden side of the blade. If I could have charged up my magic for 30 more seconds, the result of this fight would have been very different. Man, this bastard really loves blabbering on, huh? I would have let you be if you had shut up and told me who you were affiliated with, but, you. Huh. Sound better silent. Mose, as expected, everyone seems to agree that they're an evil group. Anyways, I'm quite upset. I'm annoyed that I couldn't find my notes. That fucker called Rockdil keeps on trying to make me look shady. Rockdil, how do I screw this brat over? Well, in this day and age, I need to use modern techniques. Firstly, I recorded all of Desera's confessions. Voice recordings all. And I need to find a place to upload this. Ha. Juhyuk. Do you finally agree to begin working as my assistant? That's not why I'm calling. Would you happen to know any news reporters? News. Society attempted murder on a Valhalla student by the Ventric family. Article uploaded on 20xxxxxxxx.xx edited 20xxxxxx.xx. Last Thursday, Valhalla first-year student A, who was on temporary leave, was attacked by a villainous individual. It was revealed that student A was able to fight back, beat the perpetrator, and release this information. An instructor at student A is said to have immediately reported about the incident, and that they had recorded evidence that was transcribed and given to the instructor by student A. I will clear up the confusion surrounding the Ventric family's attack on the Valhalla student. 1. Last Thursday, a first-year student enrolled at Valhalla, who was on leave after the midterm exams, was attacked by a villain who is a member of an evil group. 2. But the funny thing is that the student who was attacked by the villain actually beat them and managed to extract some info out of them. 3. The student informed a school instructor about the incident and handed over the villain caught by the first-year student to Valhalla. 4. The first-year student had secretly recorded an admission of guilt from the villain when they were pulling out the information from them. 5. The contents of the recording contained the villain's confession that Rockdil Ventric, the son of the Ventric family and also a student in Valhalla, instigated the attack on the first grader. 6. The Ventric family is now scrambling to put out an official statement. This is what a modern war looks like. For a person from 300 years ago, you've adapted to the current culture very well. I did have a hard time after my reincarnation. I mainly focused on getting used to everything by scrolling through the community tab and watching the news.